The beauty of a business vision is that it acts like a North Star and also an anchor. So it guides you towards your business goals, and it also keeps you focused on what truly matters. Even when you're drifting, the vision pulls you back to focus on what really matters so that you are not carried away by shiny object syndrome or things like that. So in this episode, I will walk you through my business vision blueprint and show you how to create your own in 15 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. Devoting just 15 minutes a day to work on your business vision can be a game changer for you. It will help you make significant progress towards your business launch goal. I also provide step-by-step instructions in this episode on how to use my business vision blueprint template to create a clear direction for your business. So if you're feeling stuck on your new business journey, fear not. I've got you covered. Follow along. Let's dive into today's episode together. Today's review is from Avenues Nanny on Apple Podcasts. The review is titled Obsessed. I've been praying and asking God to show me how to incorporate consistency and discipline into my life to align myself with my purpose. I've also needed reminders to let go and embrace God's purpose for my life. I've been led to this podcast to help me with all of those things. I feel lucky to catch this podcast at its beginning stage. So excited to follow along and continue to be inspired. Thank you so much, Avenues Nanny, for your encouraging review. If you're happy you found this podcast and you've been inspired by this podcast, please pause me right now and go leave me a 5-star written review on Apple Podcast so that this podcast can reach more people. Thank you so much in advance for leaving me a review. Let's dive into today's episode. Hey sis, welcome to the Start That Business podcast, where you will find practical solutions that empower you to start your service-based business. I'm your host, Chichi Ukomadu, an entrepreneur, wife, mom of 3, and a Jesus follower. 10 years ago, I was afraid of giving up my desire to build a corporate career and say yes to the Holy Spirit's nudge to start that business. I believe personal fulfillment comes from letting go of your way and saying yes to God's way so you can become all you were created to be. If you're ready to find personal fulfillment, grab a cup of coffee, tea, or hot cocoa, and your favorite snack. It's time to take your first step to start that business. You know the one I'm talking about? Yes, that one you've been putting up for a long time. In my experience as service business owner for over 11 years now, I've observed that anytime I start procrastinating or I feel stuck, it's always because I don't have clarity on how to get something done. But the moment I get clarity, I start taking action. I'm able to move. In my last episode, I spoke about how when we don't have clarity on what we're trying to do, we don't have a plan, we find it hard to move forward. We are stuck. So if you're feeling stuck on your new business journey, I'm going to walk you through how to use the power of 15 minutes to create your business vision blueprint using the template that I created. Now, before I jump into the detailed step-by-step, I just want to talk about the power of 15 minutes for a little bit for those that might be hearing it for the first time. Now, I first heard about the power of little pockets of time from a book called Fresh Start, written by author Jokotade Adeniyi. That book was a game changer for me. And she spoke about how when you want to accomplish a task, instead of waiting to when you have a big chunk of time, you can start by looking or using small chunks of time. So for me, I came up with 15 minutes as the smallest pocket of time that I can use to get work done that is not overwhelming for me, and it can kickstart my brain into a working mode. So I have been using the power of 15 minutes in my daily work. It has improved my productivity in so many ways, and you can use it to do so many things. I'm going to walk you through how to use the power of 15 minutes to create your vision blueprint. Now, the first step in using the power of 15 minutes to create your business vision blueprint is, one, to decide the task you will start, continue working on, or complete in 15 minutes. So that's how you start using it. In this case, or for this example, the task that you're deciding to work on is to create your business vision blueprint using my template. So we have taken care of the first step. So we've decided that, okay, for this 15 minutes, I'm going to create my business vision blueprint. At least I'm going to start working on it. So that is the first step. Now, the second step is to set a timer for 15 minutes using a digital timer. I am in love with the egg timer. If you go to e.ggtimer.com/15 minutes, it will start a 15-minute digital timer right on your computer so that you don't have to use your phone to eliminate distraction. So I don't use my phone for my timer. I have the digital timer on my computer that I turn on, and I'm able to use it. So that's the second step. So we've decided that we want to start creating our business vision blueprint. We have set our timer on our computer for 15 minutes. The third step we need to do now that our timer is set is to get to work and start answering the questions on the business vision blueprint template. I will walk you through the 10 sections in my business vision blueprint template, and you can answer the questions in the order they are listed. So the first question is about your vision statement. So it says, what's your vision for the business you want to start? So that's the first question. Underneath the vision statement section, there are other questions like, what type of service-based business do you want to start, or have you started? So answering those questions will help you brain dump everything you have thought about this new business you want to start over there. There are also other questions in that vision statement section. Questions like, do you have a name for your business yet? That question is also there. Then it's another question that's in that section is, are you starting your business by using your calling, your passion, your professional experience, or both, or neither? So all these questions is to help you brain dump everything that has to do with the vision of this new business you are starting. The second section in my business vision blueprint is the problem statement section. Now, in this section, this is where you answer questions that have to do with the problem that your business is going to solve. So the question you're answering here is, what problem will your business solve for your potential customer? It is very important to know the problem that your business is solving and to also write it down in a way that you can understand. Another question that is in this section is, how do potential customers address the problem today? That is very critical. So you want to know, how are your potential customers solving that problem today? So that way you know how to create your marketing copy or your marketing content to market to these potential customers. The third section in my business vision blueprint is, what I call the solution ideas. So this is where you start brainstorming your services, your packages, and things like that. Now, the question you answer in this section is, what are the solutions you will provide to solve your potential customer's problem? Describe it based on what you are imagining now. So I know you've been thinking about this business you want to start. You probably have an idea of the solution, what the packages will be. So this is the section where you brain dump all those ideas. Another question that is in this section is, what promise are you making to potential customers with the solution you provide? Now, if you think about Papa John's Pizza, the promise they make to their customer is better ingredients, better pizza. So they're saying when you come to order a pizza from Papa John's, you'll get a pizza that has better ingredients and also a better pizza. So what promise are you making to your potential customers with the solution you're providing here? Another question you're answering in this section is, if your target audience has your solution, what will they do or become? So what outcome or expected result or improvement will come to the life of your potential customer if they use your solution? Then the last question I have in this section is, have you thought about the services you will offer? So have you thought about the services you will offer, the packages you're going to put together? This is where you can brainstorm all and write down everything that has to do with your service offering. The fourth section in my business vision blueprint is the customers section. In this section, you're answering the question, whom do you feel you have been called to serve? Who do you feel you have been called to serve? Describe your target audience. In the example I gave earlier, I feel I've been called to Christian women who want to start a service-based business. So who have you been called to serve? So maybe you've been called to serve parents that have 2 kids. Whoever you feel you've been called to serve, go ahead and write everything about them in this section. The fifth section in my business vision blueprint is called the marketing strategy. Now, in this section, you're answering the question, how will your target customers discover, learn to use, and adopt your solution? How are they going to find you? How will your potential customers find you? Are they going to find you on your website? Are they going to find you on social media? You need to write it down here. Another question you're answering in this section is, how will potential customers know about your business? Same thing. How would they know about your business? Will it be through word of mouth? Will it be through referral? Write everything here. The third question you're answering in this section is, what marketing channels are you most comfortable with when it comes to creating awareness about your business? Now, that question is simply saying, what medium are you comfortable in using? For me, I'm comfortable with podcasting. So I've chosen podcasting as my marketing channel. Podcasting is my main marketing channel because I really don't like video because you have to make up, you have to dress up to get on video. But with podcasts, you just have your mic in front of you and you're talking into the mic. So that's the marketing channel I feel most comfortable with. I also like to write. So blogging is another platform that I plan to leverage in the future. So based on your comfort level, what marketing channel are you most comfortable with? And are you going to use to create awareness or content about your new business? The sixth section in my business vision blueprint is the revenue and business structure section. Now, in this section, you're answering questions that has to do with revenue and your business structure. So questions here say, how do you plan to make money with this business? So are you going to have a subscription? Are you going to have packages that people pay for one time? Write everything in this section. Another question you're answering here is, what legal structure will you start with? Are you starting as a sole proprietor? Are you starting as an LLC? Are you starting as an Inc.? Write it down here. Another question you're answering in this section is the service-based business you want to start controlled by a government agency? If yes, do you need licensing or credentialing to operate your business? This is very critical. Now, in my first service-based business, my business needed licensing and credentialing from the government. So I had to factor that in, that, okay, I have to apply for this license, get approved before I can start my business. So you want to answer this question so that when you're creating your business launch plan, you can factor the time it will take to get that license or credentialing. Another question you're answering in this section is, do you work a 9-to-5 job? It's very critical. If you're working a 9-to-5 job and you're starting a business too, you want to also factor that in, because now you have to split your time into two places. So it's great so that it can help you come up with your revenue structure, your business structure based on the answer to that question. Now, the last question you're answering in this section is, are you looking to start your business full-time or part-time? That is also critical because it will help you know how much time you have to devote to this new business you are starting. The seventh section in my business vision blueprint is what I call the support systems. The questions you're answering in this section is, do you have the support of your family to start your business? It is critical because you can't go on this business journey alone. You need a support system. So if you don't have family as support, then it's something to think about. You will need to build a support system. The other question you're answering here is, have you worked with a coach before? If yes, describe your experience. You might need a coach. So you want to document everything about that question in that section. The third question here is, do you know anyone who is doing the type of business you want to do and something similar? And the reason this question is here is because in a previous episode, I talked about finding a good example. A good example is simply someone or a template of someone that is already doing a similar business to what you want to do. And the reason it's good to find a good example is so that you can learn from what they're already doing. It can give you ideas. You can learn a lot by having a good example. Sometimes they've already made mistakes that you can learn from. So having a good example is also part of your support system. So answering all these questions come in section 7. All right, I move along to section 8 of my business vision blueprint. In section 8, we are dealing with personal limitations. So the questions you'll be answering here is, what is the number one fear stopping you from starting your business? It's good to know so you can attack the fear. The next question you're answering here is, what are you most worried about when you think about starting your business? The third question you're answering here is, what negative thought keeps bombarding your mind when you think about this business? And the fourth question is, what do you think will be a major limitation to your starting this business? Now, the essence of capturing these personal limitations in this vision blueprint is so that you can take it to God in prayer. Take your fears, your worries, everything you think that will go wrong with this business. You can take it to God in prayer, and He can help you transform your mind and give you the courage you need to step out and launch this business. The 9th section in my business vision blueprint is what I call the knowledge gaps. The questions you'll be answering here is, what activities have you done so far with regard to starting your business? The next question you answer is, do you have all the knowledge, tools to solve your target customer's problem? Number 3 question here is, what information do you think is missing for you to start your business? And the 4th question is, what are you Googling online as regard to starting this business? So this knowledge gap area helps you see what you already have and what you might need to still learn as you go along on the business journey. Now, the whole essence of this knowledge gap is not to discourage you, but to show you that you already have something that you can start with, and that as you go along your journey, the areas you need to work on, it also makes you aware of those areas. Now, the 10th and last section in my business vision blueprint is what I call the business launch and impact. The questions you're answering here is, can you think of 10 people you know directly or indirectly that will benefit from the success of the solution your business will provide? The second question you're answering here is, if money, time, knowledge, wisdom, fear, and limiting mindsets were a non-issue, and you had all the confidence and assurance that this business will be a success, what date will you set to launch your business? That's right. The third question you're answering here is, what steps can you take in the next 30 days to help you create a business launch plan? Now, the whole idea of this section is to start getting you ready to take action. Now, when you think about people that will be directly or indirectly affected or benefit from you launching this business, it creates excitement inside of you to know that there are people already out there waiting for this solution. Now, you might not know these people personally, but when you think of the potential customers that could benefit from you launching this business, it helps you get going. It helps you set a date, and it helps you write down steps you can take to start creating your business launch plan. All right, I know that sounds overwhelming, just walking you through the sections, but trust me, when you use the power of 15 minutes, the whole goal of using the power of 15 minutes is to help you start creating this business vision. So what you can do is, once you set your timer for 15 minutes, you can work on completing one section in just that 15-minute break. And that can be all you do for day 1. Day 2, you set another timer for 15 minutes and you work on section 2. You do the next day 3. If you work consistently for 15 minutes, within 10 days, you would have finished creating your business vision. As you can see, the questions are very thought-provoking, and by the time you're done answering all those questions, it gives you clarity. You're able to see your business literally on paper, and you're like, wow, this thing is actually possible. It's possible for me to launch this business. It's possible for me to take it to the next level. To download my business vision blueprint, go to startthatbusinesspodcast.com, and you'll be able to download the blueprint from that website. Now, this business vision blueprint, it also works for people that have an existing business. You can use this blueprint every year. You can go and answer all these questions about your business, because your business is growing and evolving. So your customer needs are changing. It's a good practice to go over this business vision at least once a year so that you're staying relevant and you're creating solutions that your customers need. Let's recap. If you're feeling stuck on your new business journey, here's how you can use the power of 15 minutes to create your business vision blueprint. The first thing to do is to decide the task you want to start or continue working on or complete in 15 minutes. In this case, you are starting the creation of your business vision blueprint. Once you've done that, the next step is to set a timer on your computer for 15 minutes. Once you've taken that step, the third step is to get to work and start answering the questions in each section of the Business Vision Blueprint. Remember to download the Business Vision Blueprint template. Go to startthatbusinesspodcast.com. You will see instructions on how to download the blueprint there, and you can get going with creating your own blueprint. Proverbs 4:25-27 says, "Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil." My prayer for you is that you will look straight ahead and fix your eyes on creating your business vision blueprint. I pray that you will not be sidetracked until your business vision blueprint is completed. I am rooting for you, and I say a big amen to that prayer. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I know it was loaded. If this podcast has infused hope, encouragement, and motivation into your life, please pause me right now and go leave me a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts so that this episode can reach more people. Please share this episode with family, friends, colleagues who have been talking about starting a service-based business, or maybe someone who has already started so they can get the help they need. Keep listening for more impactful episodes. I'll meet you here next week. Hey sis, before you go, if this podcast has encouraged you, helped you, inspired you, or taught you something new, please head over to Apple Podcasts and search for Start That Business Podcast and leave me a written review. That's one of the ways I know this podcast is impacting your life. Thank you so much. I'll also love to connect with you on Instagram. My handle is @ChichiUkomadu. Until next time, always remember you have all you need to start that business. I'll see you soon.